Welcome back to Fact Bloom Insights. It was a frigid afternoon in Boston's North End, January 15, 1919. Residents bustled through cobblestone streets, unaware that beneath the surface of their daily routine, a monumental disaster was brewing, one that would go down in history as America's sweetest disaster. The Great Molasses Flood was about to transform an ordinary winter day into a scene of chaos and tragedy, with repercussions still felt in the world of engineering and safety over a century later. Imagine the shock of a sudden, thunderous roar, an explosion echoing across the city's tightly packed neighborhoods. In an instant, a massive storage tank filled to the brim with 2.3 million gallons of molasses ruptured, unleashing a dark, sticky wave that towered 25 feet high and spanned 160 feet wide. This wall of syrup barreled through the streets at a staggering 35 miles per hour, sweeping away everything and everyone in its path. Horses, wagons, buildings, and people. No match for the relentless force of liquid sugar. Eyewitnesses described the scene as surreal and terrifying. Some recounted how the molasses swept them off their feet, pinning them against walls, suffocating them in its viscous grip. Others watched helplessly as buildings buckled and splintered, their foundations washed away by the unstoppable tide. The disaster claimed 21 lives and injured about 150 more, leaving behind a devastated community and a city covered in a thick, sticky residue that would linger for months. But how could a substance as innocuous as molasses, used in rum, sweets, and baking, wreak such havoc? The answer lies in a combination of engineering failure, corporate negligence, and unfortunate timing. The storage tank, built by the Purity Distilling Company, a subsidiary of United States Industrial Alcohol, was a behemoth designed to hold industrial molasses destined for alcohol production. Yet, from the beginning, the tank was a disaster waiting to happen. Investigations uncovered alarming deficiencies in its construction. The tank's steel walls were dangerously thin, much thinner than recommended for a vessel of its size. Rather than being constructed according to rigorous safety standards, the tank was assembled hastily, without proper permits, and with little oversight. Workers had even noticed leaks before the flood, a warning sign dismissed by management, who reportedly painted the tank brown to hide the escaping syrup. As winter turned to an unusually warm spell, the temperature in Boston rose rapidly, causing fermentation inside the tank. Carbon dioxide built up, increasing the internal pressure to dangerous levels. With no release valves or safety mechanisms, the tank was primed for catastrophe. On that fateful afternoon, the steel walls finally gave way, unleashing a torrent that would become legend. The aftermath was grim. Rescue workers slogged through knee-deep molasses, searching for survivors and pulling bodies from the sticky rubble. The cleanup effort was Herculean, with molasses clinging to streets, buildings, and even the boots of workers. It seeped into homes and businesses, lingering in the air and on surfaces long after the physical damage was cleared. For months, the scent of molasses haunted Boston's North End, a sweet reminder of a day that was anything but. The disaster's impact extended far beyond the immediate destruction. In the quest for accountability, victims and their families launched one of the largest class action lawsuits in American history against the United States Industrial Alcohol Company. The legal battle lasted years, with testimony from engineers, scientists, and ordinary citizens. Ultimately, the courts concluded that the company was responsible, citing poor construction, lack of oversight, and disregard for public safety. This landmark case set a precedent for corporate responsibility. In its wake, Massachusetts and other states enacted stringent new regulations for building design and safety. Professional engineering certification became mandatory, and plans required the signature of a licensed engineer, ensuring that calculations were checked and the public was protected from future disasters. The Great Molasses Flood transformed how America approached industrial safety, making it a cornerstone of modern engineering practices. But the story doesn't end with policy change. Scientists have continued to study the physics of the molasses wave, fascinated by the way a thick, slow-moving liquid could behave so violently under pressure. Recent analyses use advanced fluid dynamics to model the event, confirming eyewitness accounts that the molasses moved fast enough to cause devastation, yet thick enough to trap victims. This unique blend of speed and viscosity made the flood deadly in a way few could have predicted. The legacy of the flood persists in popular culture, too. It's a tale that captivates the imagination, a city submerged not by water or fire, but by syrup. Boston residents still share stories handed down through generations, and the North End streets are rumored to retain the faint scent of molasses on warm days. Historians and engineers revisit the disaster as a touchstone for how a single moment can reshape a city and its laws. So, what can we learn from America's sweetest disaster? The Great Molasses Flood is more than a quirky footnote in history. It's a sobering reminder of the consequences of cutting corners and ignoring warnings. It's a testament to the resilience of communities in the face of unexpected tragedy, and a call to remain vigilant about safety in our own neighborhoods and workplaces. As you reflect on the events of January 9/19, consider the ordinary ingredients that, under extraordinary circumstances, can produce disaster. Molasses, a staple of kitchens and distilleries, became a symbol of both destruction and reform. The flood showed how science, engineering, and law intersect to shape the world we live in. It reminds us that every structure, every process, and every company carries a responsibility to the public, a lesson as relevant today as it was a century ago. The next time you drizzle molasses over pancakes or sip a glass of rum, remember the day Boston's North End was engulfed in sweetness and sorrow. The Great Molasses Flood stands as a testament to the power of vigilance, the importance of accountability, and the enduring spirit of a city that rose from a sea of syrup to demand change. And if you ever find yourself walking those historic streets, look closely. You might just catch a glimpse or a whiff of the disaster that changed America forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to follow the next videos.